Hello, this is February 5th, 2022, Saturday, and today I'm going to talk about, this is astrology talk. Today I'm going to talk about some of the aspects that are happening while the moon is in Aries. And the aspects are mathematical calculations based on the positions of the planets, and the ones I'm going to talk about today are square, which is 90 degrees. And the moon in Aries is square Mars in Capricorn. What that influences us to do is to have rash actions or impulsive actions where it can be quite sudden, where we feel just this urge to move physically, do something physical, to go someplace. You could even get in a fight. And that's one of the things that happens with the Aries energy, is that it brings up a lot of the competitive power struggles that may be in a relationship, or even any kind of less intimate dynamic between people, just sort of like, road rage, that kind of thing, where you don't know the person, but you get pissed off at them at a stop sign, or that kind of thing. So the moon square Mars can also make people go to the gym when they didn't go before, and work extra hard, take hikes, do things that require a physical energy that they don't typically expend, or if it's a regular habit, to put more into it, do it longer. It inspires an expression of energy and a release of energy. The moon is in Aries, is also square Venus in Capricorn. And this will provoke passions that well up, and you have to look at how it fits into your environment, how it fits into your home life, your relationships. And the Aries energy will bring up questions and bring up ideas for you to think about, doing, or ideas for you to think about having, certain things happen in a relationship that you were not thinking about before. I mean, the Aries energy is really spontaneous, really impulsive, and so you can have things happen today that you were not thinking about yesterday. Also, it brings up, the square brings up perhaps conflicts, emotional conflicts. The square between the moon and Venus, there may be emotional conflicts where you have feelings that you want to share with another person, but the time isn't right, or you don't think they feel the same way, or you think they feel like a totally other way. That brings up challenges for you. I mean, the Aries moon shines a light, so to speak, on sort of the pointy edges, or the difficult aspects, the sticky areas that people tend to avoid and avoid looking at. And so this is a time when the Aries moon square these planets, Venus and Mars, in Capricorn, will kind of stir up, kind of mess around in, like, it reminds me of, the image that comes to my mind is, when you're looking in your laundry for something like the other sock or, something that you want to wear that that's in the laundry, but you have to dig through it to find it. You dig through the clean laundry to find that item. That's what the Aries energy does. It stirs things up or makes you, take action to get into some things that, were previously just left where they were, kind of thing. Another square that's happening later when the moon moves a little bit further into Aries is a square of the Aries moon square the Mercury in Capricorn. And this is going to inspire, for better or for worse, verbal outbursts or verbal spews of things that you told yourself not to say, but you said them anyway. And maybe an argument will happen or a disagreement that's pretty strong, because the Aries energy is pretty strong. It's not really subtle or anything. So it won't be the kind of thing where, you say something and the other person says something and you kind of both go, It's going to be the kind of thing where you say something and the other person says something and you both go, oh, shit, really? That's a bummer. And, either talk about it or argue about it, or disagree about it, or agree to disagree about it. The moon in Aries square Mercury in Capricorn can be one of those times where you try to have a constructive argument or discussion, and it doesn't exactly turn out that way, and it kind of changes, what you feel is the foundation of your relationship. And hopefully it's fairly transitory, because the moon in Aries is, quick and strong and like a flash, and things that get said during that time may not be firmly rooted in reality. They may be just sort of ego-based. And so if you realize that you may have to step back, like when the moon goes into Taurus next, step back and reevaluate. If you realize you're going to have to do that, or that would be beneficial, then the arguments and confrontations that you might have when the moon in Aries is square Mercury in Capricorn, those arguments and confrontations will be less damaging, you would hope. Another thing that's happening is the moon in Aries is square Pluto, and this is the most serious dynamic or aspect that's happening. Well, they're all really serious, depending on, it's all relative. But Pluto is usually dealing with very profound things in your life, deep relationships, deep commitments, plans that you're making, or that you have, or that you're implementing, that are going to really change your life, hopefully for the better. But when the moon in Aries is square the Pluto in Capricorn, you might have to look at what you're doing and reevaluate it, and you might not be that kind to yourself. You might be really judgmental of yourself, and you might be angry with yourself, and you need to just breathe. That is one of the things that you have to do when you feel that way, is just take some breaths and don't jump. And I know that's really hard. Well, by don't jump, I mean, don't make impulsive decisions about anything. And I started to say, I know that's really hard to do when you feel that strong urge to just stop worrying or stop being in a cycle where you can't decide something or you can't make anything happen that you want. It's a time where you just really need to let the Aries moon go by and just realize, okay, my ego's involved in this. My urge to get something to manifest is involved with this, because Capricorn energy, the Pluto, will manifest something and must manifest something. That's the whole job of Pluto, is to change things so something new comes out of it, and new in the beneficial sense, you would hope. And so if you get discouraged and you get anxious and this sense of urgency, you need to just breathe and know that when the moon is square Pluto, the decisions that you make might not take into consideration all of the factors involved. It'll be more emotional and just powered from a place of like, who am I and what am I doing, and why am I feeling this angst, and I don't want to feel it, I want to get past this. You will get past it. When the moon goes into Taurus next, you'll have some time to reflect from a space of more calm. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment. And if you want to talk about your chart or anything like that, just ask me in the comments or send me an email at patriciacraven817@gmail.com. So have a nice weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.